Yeah,
All right,
look,
so what's going on now? What you trying to do?
You already know what I'm trying to do, man. Plate my boy up, man. Put it on there. Plate my boy up. Get him on there.
You want to spray nitrous on this thing?
Of course I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you call an open diff right there. Well, welcome back, DIY car guys and car girls, and it's the return of my arch nemesis. And if you're wondering why, it's because I grounded out my metal wedding ring on the alternator, and look what I did to my finger. I mean, it really lit me up. So just a little word to the wise: take off anything metal that might be on your fingers and disconnect the battery if you're getting even close to your alternator or wires. So I haven't seen this truck in about 2 years, at least according to YouTube. He cleaned up almost everything in the engine bay. He got an MSD box, got a locked out distributor, and he got himself an ATM carburetor. And this is the reason why this truck came back. It's because water got into the tank and I had to rebuild the ATM carburetor. Now, before we throw the carburetor back on there, we have to put a filter before the reg. This vehicle has no pre-filter. You need a filter before the pump, another filter before the regulator. So before we do anything, let's go ahead and get this guy on there, and I'll give you a quick walk around of what we're doing before we put this carburetor on there. And I'll show you some other stuff and what went wrong. All right, so today we are working on an S10 with a small block. I rebuilt the carburetor because the carburetor had a bunch of water in it, and water probably got into it. If you guys don't know, a lot of times what happens is when you have a tank like this and it's open to the elements and it's not garage kept, water goes right down in here into your tank, and in turn what happens is it makes its way through the fuel system into your bowls. And that was what the issue with this. It just needed a little rebuild, unclog all the passageways, get rid of all the gunk. So we did all that, and what we're going to do, it has one fuel filter at the very rear, but it also needs one fuel filter right here before the carburetor, or the reg right here. We're gonna put it right here in the reg inline, so we're gonna do that. Set a carburetor on there. Then we're going to check our timing. I got some timing tape, make sure it's got the full advance for the full power, and then we're gonna take her out for a little spin. Let's get to it. All right, so we got the filter made right here. Actually the fittings and the filter put together. It's gonna go right here. We'll work on our way to secure it down there. And then we got this guy right here. So let's go ahead and hook it up.
Yeah,
all right,
look,
so what's going on now? What you trying to do?
You already know what I'm trying to do, man. Plate my boy up, man. Put it on there. Plate my boy up. Get him on there.
No, we ain't doing that today. You want to spray nitrous on this thing?
Of course I do.
All right, here we go. Look, ATM. Remember
that? We made it. We made
oh yeah, I forgot we made that tool. Yeah, I do remember that now. Look at that. Come on, ATM. You gonna go on there or what?
That's what made it easy to get that last plug out. Right there, it ain't happening.
There she goes. We got her up on there. Filter. We'll lock this down once we get it fired up. Gonna adjust the floats, the idle, check the timing. You ready to burn some rubber? He's ready. He didn't hear me. So we ran into another problem. They was kicking the alternator belt, and of course we had to get her all lined up. So you can see all the washers to make that happen. So we're gonna throw her back together. While I was over here working on that belt alignment, I didn't realize that these guys right here are putting on the Fast and the Furious steering wheel for all the nitrous. Too slow, Junior. And just like that, with just some washers, we have proper belt alignment. You ready to hit her? Got a collector gasket leak back there, or sorry, header gasket leak right here. No big deal, ain't too bad. This side's good. All right, so everyone knows this is a bone stock bottom end GM truck motor. So the cam is uber small. It has a big intake and big heads. Well, once this guy gets a cam in there, she's gonna roll. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what you call an open diff right there. Way better.
Hell yeah.
So just like any truck, they just don't all start off being super fast. This is going to be a street truck first. It does need a lot of things. The vacuum modulator for the transmission isn't hooked up, so he's going to put in a manual valve body. He's going to look into a cam, and we're going to take it from there. But this truck has potential.